Hey guys, so today we were planning on doing a few things, but it's Labor Day, so everything's closed. Instead, we're gonna take some footage just out in some public areas and show you some of the places that we're gonna be looking at. This is the back of the Chapleau Township. So tomorrow we're going to be doing a follow-up here that I'm going to add to one of our older videos and post together. And in this video I'm also going to stitch in an older video, which is an interview that I had in this building with our local MPP Michael Mantha. I'm looking to see your position, how you stand on this increase in the carbon tax and the nationwide protests against the carbon tax that are going on right now.
Huh. And you want to videotape me on this?
Yep. I've been going around to other individuals, businesses, the public services. I did the Township, Canada Post, the OPP, and all these places too. And I'm looking into more than just like how we feel about it, but how is it actually affecting us? Because at the bottom line right now, I can't see anyone benefiting. There's not anywhere benefiting, and we don't really see a clear plan of what's happening with this money, what's going on, because it really is like they're giving it to us as a fee to increase the cost so that we reduce emissions. But I can think of a lot better ways to reduce emissions, and that's also part of this project we're going on. Like the township did a net zero, and they're going to be looking at things they can do to reduce emissions.
Well, I don't know who this is going out to, but I want to say good morning. First and foremost, I want to agree with you is that the federal government has done a very poor job in regards to what are the benefits that are coming out of this carbon tax. What is the purpose? How is it serving people across this country? I do know for the carbon tax came into effect where provinces did not have their own carbon capture program.
There's Quebec and another province as well doing
BC,
their own province.
and then here, let's call a spade a spade. In Ontario, the reason why we are now have a carbon tax program is the prior cap and trade program that was put in place by the previous Liberal government. As soon as the Ford government came in, they removed it, and they spent millions of dollars trying to fight the implementation of the carbon tax to no avail, and that's why we have the carbon tax here in Ontario. To your listeners, I do want to let them know that last week there was a Conservative member, Steve Clark, who did introduce an elimination of the carbon tax motion. It has no binding power whatsoever. However, I did support the member in his initiative and voted in favor of eliminating the carbon tax here in Ontario, or putting that motion forward to the federal government.
I understand it's a hard road.
Yeah, we definitely need to do something. And what that something is going to be is going to come from, I think, creative minds. We need to look at those that are out there in the industry, who will provide us some guidance as far as what do we need to do so that we are responsible stewards of the land and leaving generations, because I'm not only worried for myself and my children, but my grandchildren and their grandchildren. So we have to do something, and what that something is going to entail, and how do we make those determinations to protect the environment and take the right steps in order to address that. I don't have the silver bullet with me this morning, nor do I have pixie dust or a magic wand in my back pocket. I am open to sitting down with creative minds in order to coming up with that solution, but we definitely do need to come up with a solution.
Yeah, excellent. I definitely agree with you. Now, we got this nationwide protest going on. It's attracting a little bit of attention. And I think it was Newfoundland, Labrador, their premier put that emergency forward to speak with Trudeau again. And it was just this morning that Trudeau again basically said, anyone who's opposing the carbon tax and looking to speak with them is playing politics. Like, I don't understand what's being said by playing politics, because as far as I'm concerned, this is all politics. We're all playing politics. They're playing politics. We're playing politics. It's how we're going to get any policies to come through and get something done. So why is he not even willing to talk with these people?
It's a question you'll have to ask the Prime Minister. I'm a provincial member. I deal with Doug Ford. My hands are full with provincial issues, but I think it's important for you may want to reach out to the federal member to having those discussions. I've never shied away from talking to people, so I can't understand why the Prime Minister is not responding to individuals. Again, I think that's a question that you should be asking the Prime Minister and following through with it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Michael. You were excellent. I'm going to stop this right now. So no dogs are allowed in this area, monitored by cameras. It's the entire beachfront areas. No dogs allowed. This is the beachfront. It has a little private property over here that we've rented before, and now it's hosting a community garden. It's pretty cool, but also no dogs allowed. This township is not a very dog-friendly place. This is the Chapleau hub. My son's a pretty big fan of this place. He wants to give them a shout out.
This is a great place. I come here on weekends all the time for their Friday night karaoke. And my personal favorite beverage would be the caramel milkshake.
Here we have the Service Ontario location. There's also the M&R office in there. So if you go in on the right hand side is your M&R office, and straight through is the Service Ontario. Down this lot is the M&R lot. And then we ran into this interesting fellow who works for Bell. He says that he's out here retrieving copper. So basically Bell buried copper lines somewhere a while ago, and this guy here has like metal detectors and sensors and stuff like that, and he's gonna try and find those copper lines, and I assume that he's just gonna mark them, and then someone will be by to retrieve them later. This here is all still part of the M&R lot, which is probably one of the bigger government operations we have out here. Looks like these guys are washing a vehicle on Labor Day. The guy just accidentally sprayed the girl. I have to say sorry. How's it going, guys?
Not bad, how are you?
Washing vehicles on Labor Day? My camera's crooked right now. Is there anything in the lot? I see a chopper. We're gonna go record those things. So, well, remember you have to pay attention to signage. So as you can see on the sign, private property, no trespassing. Now we're gonna refer back to a True North Transparency video that we watched here the other day. Does this mean that we're trespassing right now?
Nope, it's right on the outside of the fence.
Come on, people. The sign clearly starts beyond the fence, right? The sign does not apply as far as you can see it. We can go all the way up to the sign, and we're not trespassing, right? That was, I don't know what that was, but those guys were Man, we'll leave it at that. Let's go check out these choppers. Looks like these guys have a beautiful gazebo set up.
I didn't realize the lake back there is so nice.
Yes, this is a beautiful lake. So by the beach is what's the Chapleau River. This is still the Chapleau River, and then going down that way, you end up connecting into Mulligan's Bay. Even the noises are peaceful. This one here is our sewage or water processing plant. And you see no trespassing past that sign. And then there you can kind of see the fencing on top. That's where the water reservoirs are. This is a pretty nice area here. And just down this road is an elementary school. I'm gonna go closer and take a look at the water. I also wanted to see this sign right here. The sign says buses only from the hours of 8:25 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. So those are our bus hours for the elementary school that's over there. And the buses use this road and this turnaround here to turn around and go back to the school. So during busing hours, no other vehicles are allowed back here. This area has some beautiful hiking trails. We used to take the dogs down all the time. They're called the Levesque trails, and yeah, there's a sign we could look at.
What does the spray paint say?
The spray Michael Levesque or something in it.
No, there's on top of it, not.
I can't quite read it. We'll check in a bit. But Michael Levesque is our former mayor before Big Knuckalo. Can we read what the spray paint says?
X, not X. Sailor.
We'll have to check it on the video after. Maybe someone watching this can tell us what it says. This one is the Chapleau Museum.